Forewarned is forearmed, supposedly, right? When you try to use fraud and intimidation and violence to overturn election results, what we learned today from the United States Supreme Court is that does not, despite the plain wording of the Constitution, preclude you from holding federal office or running for federal office again. It does, however, preclude us from being surprised if you try to do the same thing again. And that is what is sort of looming over some very ugly new reporting from the New York Times. Under this headline, Trump's allies ramp up campaign targeting voter rolls. Quote, a network of right-wing activists and allies of Donald J. Trump is quietly challenging thousands of voter registrations in critical presidential battleground states, an all but unnoticed effort that could have an impact in a close or contentious election. Calling themselves election investigators, the activists have pressed local officials in Michigan, Nevada, and Georgia to drop voters from the rolls en masse. They have at times targeted Democratic areas. And on one level, this sounds like a story we've heard a lot of times before, right? Every election, under the guise of fighting non-existent voter fraud, conservatives push for purges of the voter rolls in Democratic areas. Here's what's new about these right-wing voter challenging efforts this year and what we should consider ourselves forewarned about. This year, the purpose of them getting all these people thrown off the voter rolls is not just for Republicans to disenfranchise voters on the front end to make it harder for people to vote. That is its own reward. They like that. They want that. But they are also trying to lay the groundwork for Republican challenges on the back end, to give them fodder for challenging election results they do not like. Quoting from the Times, quote, right-wing media outlets have promoted the voter roll challenges, casting public officials as corrupt and creating fodder that could be used in another round of legal challenges should Mr. Trump lose again. The chief executive of the nonpartisan States United Democracy Center tells the Times today, quote, it really is aimed at being able to cast doubt on the results after the fact. So step one, you file all these bogus challenges to voter registrations in Democratic areas and swing states. Step two, those challenges make it harder for people in mostly Democratic areas to vote, which hopefully helps Trump win. But if he doesn't win, then proceed to step three. Oh, my goodness, look at all these voters whose eligibility has been questioned. It must be voter fraud, must be a stolen election. Democrats being ready for this election season means not only getting real about the fact that this election is about picking Joe Biden or picking Donald Trump, and there isn't any other way to get through it. Democrats getting real about this election season also means getting real right now about what Trump and his allies are setting up to contest the election if and when they lose it.